Hi everyone, welcome to yet another LeadSquared webinar. My name is Karthika and I'm from LeadSquared's marketing team, and I will be your host for the day. I know that most of you all who have joined us today, probably you are familiar with our mobile app, but I know that there are a lot of people who are new to it as well, but don't worry about it. Irrespective of which bucket you're falling into today, we will be discussing how you can navigate your way to success with the LeadSquared mobile app. And we have a very renowned panel of speakers here as well, our experts. So let me quickly welcome them. We have Mr. Rajiv Samuel, who is the Group Product Manager here at LeadSquared. Ms. Nidhi Sharma, who is the Product Manager of Growth here at LeadSquared. We also have Ms. Darshana Santanam, who is our Technical Writer. So experts from our product team, we are here to, answer all your questions if you have any, and also walk you through the whole mobile app and updates that we brought into the mobile app as well. Before I hand the session over to our wonderful speakers, I have a few pointers to the audience as well. So if you look towards the right side corner of your screen, you'll be able to see a few options. The first one being polls. So polls are where we'll be publishing a couple of things for you to react to or respond to. So please do respond to them. We'd love to hear from you. It is our way of just maybe, getting to know our audience a little better. And the next option is the question tab. So like I mentioned before, if you have any questions during our webinar, please do put it up there. Our experts will definitely get back to you. And probably towards the end of the webinar, we can have a proper discussion as well about the questions that you've asked. And of course, the last one is the chat tab. This is where you can interact with us. If you have anything else to say to us, some suggestions, if may, you can definitely put it up over there as well. With that, I also wanted to say that for a better viewer experience, definitely view the whole thing on full screen mode. You can click on display and switch your mode according to what you like. With that, I think I'm going to hand the session over to Rajiv, and I will pop backstage and, of course, let's start this session. Thank you so much, everyone.
Well, thanks, Karthika, and I'm Rajiv. Everyone, thank you for joining in. I'm part of the LeadSquared's field sales product portfolio, the team which handles all aspects of the mobile app, both on Android as well as iOS. So today we cater to close to or more than 2,000 odd customers. This is across industries and impact the lives of around 1 lakh users on a daily basis. So as we move on to the next slide, you'll realize that we are truly industry agnostic and serve a multitude of customers by being nimble, by being adaptable, and more importantly, configurable. Well, there are a plethora of use cases we address within each and every segment, ranging from, let's say, merchant onboarding, canvassing, scouting, route planning, dealer or distributor visits, or maybe it's all around clinical scheduling or home demo scenarios. Right? So we'll cover a few of these scenarios today as we talk about how LeadSquared helps you achieve your maximum through a few examples. As Karthika said, please feel free to ask your questions, in the chat and the questions tab. I will hand it over to Darshana and Nidhi for the presentation.
Thank you so much, Raji, for an amazing introduction of our mobile application. Going ahead, the most important question for which we all gather here, why use LeadSquared, right? And my answer would be, why not? So we have developed a comprehensive solution specifically designed to revolutionize the field sales vertical across industries to increase sales users' productivity, and for which our solution effectively eliminates the obstacles or various challenges that a sales user encounter in their day-to-day life. And here is how we can optimize the journey for our sales users. Coming to the point one, as you can see on the screen, our app is user-friendly, which means it is easy to use and can be used by anyone. Also, as we are catering globally and serving to more than 50 countries, you can set up this application in your local language as well. Having these two capabilities, we aim to maximize the productivity of our sales user by automating their whole day as per this user journey, right? And as Rajiv spoke in the last slide also, we are catering to different industries. So our app is not only being served to different industries, as well as it can be used by different teams as well, like sales, services, operations, and many more. With that, you can also track every move of your field agents to ensure no misrepresentations, and we are accessing your location only at the checked in durations. Now, having said that, one of the major problems that we face with the mobile applications is that when there is no network, right? So in that case, sales users will be able to use Lead Squared application even if there is no network or poor network area. So now, as we spoke about, Lead Squared serving to different industries, so I want to highlight an important module here. Now, everyone here will agree that every industry is different and every business is unique, right? Like for example, an education sector has different needs than an automobile and has different needs than manufacturing. So one size does not fit all. Now, hence we understood that different industries would want to see different home pages on their mobile screen, right? Now, if we talk about one single organization, in that different teams would want to see different data on their mobile home screen. Like for example, a sales user and a sales manager would want to see different screens as and different data in a unique order as per the KPI that is set for them. Now, can you see these four different type of home pages on the screen that is being built for different industries? Yeah, you're right. This is not your ordinary CRM homepage. So we have customized the first screen for manufacturing industry, where the organization would want to focus on number of dealer visits, number of distributor visits, or beat plan for the day, or with order management and quote management solutions. The other two screens, second and third screens, shows the real estate industry, but you can see different variations in which or different order in which they have been configured. The last screen, if you can see, is for BFSI use case. So for example, if an organization wants to see the data which is important for them, number of opportunity data. So for example, number of premium policies being sold, or number of customers who are in pipeline, or number of customers who are lost, right? So, and here we introduce CASA. CASA is a one-stop shop for all the business needs. CASA is applicable for all the businesses irrespective of domain, size, or vertical of the company. So we understood that with CASA, you can add more flavors to your homepage, as everyone doesn't like vanilla flavor. Now you can create your personalized homepage for every single user or team or set of users in just few clicks by using our no-code platform, using just a simple drag and drop interface. We also offer pre-built templates and components through which you can modify the layout, design, and functionality as per your business requirement. So this way you can help your field sales users optimize their journey and optimize their day, so that they do not spend time on juggling on different screens on mobile, and they can launch everything from the homepage itself. So yeah, this is how CASA can cater to different industries. Uh, if there are any questions here, otherwise over to you, Darshna.
Yeah, thank you, Nidhi. I have a few questions here that can help the attendees understand the product a bit better. First off, how can managers monitor the attendance and whereabouts of the entire field sales team?
Yeah, sure. So, LeadSquared mobile app offers a complete field force management solution where an organization can track the check-in, check-out time, with location, working hours, holidays, and leaves of your sales rep. So if you can see in the first video, to mark the attendance for a sales user, it's just a single tap. And even if a user forgets to check in the application, nothing to worry. Notifications or reminders can be set up to be triggered to remind the sales user to mark the attendance on time. Now, managers can also set up workday templates to define the schedule of the organizations, time zone they work in, working hours, and assign it to multiple teams working in different shifts or multiple regions. We also have a capability of auto check-in and auto checkout, which means if a user doesn't check in by the time the workday begins, they will be auto checked in and auto checked out by the application automatically as per the work hours configured. Now, one of the most used capability that our existing customers use and that our mobile app offers is to restrict user on the basis of location and time preferences. So as you can see in the second video, users can be restricted to check in, check out before a certain time or before a certain duration, or managers can set a predefined location from which users are allowed to check in. This will avoid fake check-ins. Also, for non-working days and non-working days, holidays and leaves can be tracked at one place. Having said that, admin can create holiday schedule in LeadSquared account, and multiple holiday calendars can be assigned to different teams working across regions. Similarly, leave tracker enables you to manage all the leaves of your users at one place. Sales users can also create leaves from their from mobile device or web, as well as admin can also create leaves for all the sales users. And on the special request, we are also coming up with selfie-based check-in, check-out feature, which means users will be able to mark the attendance only and only if they upload their selfie into the system. And we believe that this will avoid the invalid user marking the attendance. Now, having told you about the full solution, how they can do it from the application, managers or administrators organization can get complete insight on attendance and payout management through field sales tracking report. So though we do have several reports from where you can track the payout management and field force management data, but these are the three major ones which are frequently used by our customers. So the first two, check-in, check-out, and user location history tracker report, will give you complete insight on users' check-in, check-out time with location and source through which they have logged in, web or mobile, every task or meeting location, time, and location, time between the respective meeting of your sales users, and holidays and leaves of the sales rep. You can also track sales user performance and decide incentives or reimburse fairly on the basis of the distance traveled by the sales user through a distance traveled report. So that's how we serve the managers to track the complete everything from our field force management solution.
Okay, thank you, Nidhi. And so sales reps run through a list of tasks assigned to them for the day. They travel to different locations across the city to meet leads and to complete their tasks. So can the app help them plan their route a bit better?
Yes, definitely. And also adding to your point, other issues that we have identified as per our conversation with our sales users. First, they have a list of tasks in the application, but prioritizing and planning the task is very tricky because they have to travel to different locations. Second, if an ad hoc task come up on the go or being assigned by the manager, accommodating the new tasks in the day list is an extra effort. Third, sales user might miss few tasks because of lack of information of next should be task, time, and distance. And we strongly believe that a sales rep should not spend time on prioritizing or planning the day, but rather the focus should be only and only on selling. So to have that goal in mind, uh, our feature My Trip charts out the most optimized route to complete your task for the day to ensure sales users spend less time in traveling and more in selling. Now, as you can see the video on the screen, uh, the the module generates two type of views for you. One is agenda view, which displays a list of tasks in an order of proximity, while the map view displays a map with location tags of your tasks on the map and with location task card as well. You can also see your upcoming or previous task by clicking on the relevant date on the calendar. Now, if let's say a new task come up on the go, uh, nothing to worry. Our route planner will optimize the route again for you as per the best algorithm. Now, you can also click on any task and you can see the task details. You can contact the lead if required. And just by starting the trip, you can access all the tasks. You can start the task and mark done when it is complete. You will also be able to view the time and distance between two respective tasks here, and end trip when you're done with all the tasks of your day. So yeah, that's how our intelligent route planner will boost the sales team efficiency. Did I answer your question, Darshana?
Yes, you did. Thanks, Nidhi. So the next one is that field sales users frequently capture PAN and Aadhaar card details, and they have to manually enter them into their CRM. This can be a bit time consuming and may also lead to manual errors. So does the LeadSquared mobile app offer any solution for this problem?
Yeah, and I totally agree with you because gone is the era when people were filling the forms on paper, and there would be so much to and fro of the documents because of manual data entry and errors. But nothing to worry. We are helping different industries by digitalizing the document collection process. To eliminate human efforts and error. Uh, like the KYC process can be digitalized and automated through our mobile app. Similarly, document collection process can be automated and customized through our dynamic forms and can be applicable to various industries. Uh, for example, education qualification check or KYC verification, or if you want to verify documents for home or loan insurance. So basically, we can digitalize the full merchant onboarding process for you. So for that, all the sales rep need to do is open the form, fill in the important information here. You can upload your documents directly from here. So you can either take a picture from your camera, or you can upload your files through either your gallery or your drive, and upload the important documents here. And here you can see the sign capability is also given by the forms. In addition, we use machine learning capabilities to scan and retrieve the text information from the important documents like visiting cards, as you can see on the screen. You could just need to copy and paste the respective information and put in the fields. This will avoid excess information to be filled in manually, right? Also, the best part is that these files will be saved against your leads and will be accessed later if required. And these files will not be hosted publicly. So yeah, so that's all about document collection process.
Thanks, Nidhi. Moving on, sales users usually face problems taking notes during field visits. They need to record the lead's requirements, rough estimates, compliance informations, and the like. Are there any features in the mobile app that can help resolve this problem using just the app?
Yeah, sure. And there is no need to juggle two different applications for this, especially when sales users are going for face-to-face meetings. Their full focus should be on strengthening the relationship by giving full attention to customer. So with LeadSquared activity audio recording, you can just launch the activity and you can record the entire conversation with your customer. Having said that, as you can see, you can record the entire conversation and upload the same. Having said that, these recordings will be accessed and posted to your activity and attached against your lead. And you can also play the recording later if required. This will help managers to review the client meetings, and they can give feedback to sales users on the quality of interactions with the customers. So yeah, that's how we improve the way sales team interacts with their customers.
Okay, got it. So sometimes sales users might have to postpone or reschedule the appointment based on the lead's availability. Can this be done using the mobile app?
Yeah, before answering your question, first of all, hats off to the sales representative team who are on the field working for the conversion of lead to one stage. And we understand that it takes a lot of visits to leads to for that conversion. And in that case, a lot of time it happens that the customers are not available or they ask sales user to come and visit again. So yeah, the answer would be yes. As LeadSquared is helping different industries, and helping sales user to make their life easier. So all the sales rep need to do is open the task on which they are on, and on the basis of the form disposition, which is in the form. Uh, so as you can see, we have lead disposition options here, which are completely customizable and configurable as per your requirement. So on the basis of disposition, a due date pop-up will come, and selecting the due date, he can mark the next visit on his and customer's calendar. And as you can see here, a new task will be created automatically via our automation module, and user can access this task. Okay, now on the screen, as you see, we got a notification for this task which got created. Similarly, organizations can send nudges for important announcements, such as if there is any lead nearby, or for other task reminders, or if any new opportunity is assigned to the sales user. And it is important because it is important to act on the opportunity as soon as possible. So yeah, you can enable nudges via our nudges connector.
Okay, cool. I have another question, Nidhi. Let's say a sales user wants to sell products or services to leads or potential vendors like medical shops, retail outlets, etc. Does the mobile app have a feature that can help sales users scout out new leads and businesses in their vicinity?
Yeah, an organization can create new businesses by our Explore feature, which acts as in-app Google search for your business vendors. So, for example, if a pharma company wants to onboard hospitals, nearby hospitals, for to sell their medicine brand, all they need to do is go on Explore feature. They can either search the hospitals nearby hospitals, and by selecting the radius, they will be able to access they'll be able to see all the hospitals that are in the current user's location. As sales user can also change the radius to cover the larger area, and clicking on a particular hospital, they'll be able to save the lead in just one click, or they can contact the lead as there is an option on the screen, or they can navigate to the lead's location through our directions tab. So now we understood that businesses can generate new leads through Explore feature. But one of the most important aspect of revenue for any business is to create more business, right? And from it is easy to do that from existing customers, because as netting new customers can be costly, and selling premium services to existing customers could be easy because of this relationship that a sales user maintain with the customers. So our near me feature uses the geolocation technology, and which identify all the existing leads in the user's current location. So it is easier for him to target the leads which are and he can do upsell, cross sell. So now, as you can see, if you go to near me feature, you can see the list which is around your location, and clicking on any lead, again it's easy. You can contact the lead if required, or you can navigate to the lead's location as well. Now we have seen in this video that the user is able to see the leads in this area because the area must have assigned to the sales user. We'll talk about how businesses work. So for effective sales, businesses distribute the city or state into separate sections or areas and assign it to the sales users. And why this is important: to plan your sales team effectively so that they can focus on one area by visiting the leads again and again and build relationship into the market, and which is an important aspect to avoid churns. Now, to optimize sales in different cities, our customer understands the value of market segmentation and effectively planning of workforce. And this can be done by our add-on product offering territory management. You can enable it by contacting our sales team. I'll show you the gist of it, how does it work. So you can carve out these separate sections of the city or state into granular sections by drawing it on the map, hand-free, or you can also create territories or areas by putting pin codes or set of pin codes, and these can be color coded as well, and assign it to sales user or a set of sales user or sales group or team. Now, as you can see, we have created one territory which we have assigned to 4 sales user, right? What it means is, if 100 leads are coming to this platform, 20 leads are coming to this area, now the module will automatically distribute the leads among these 4 sales user in a round robin manner. And our customer says that this product is very useful for them to onboard the merchants and generate new leads and plan their workforce effectively. So this way, the lead can be allocated within the sales user. There are other lot functionalities which are territory management TM module serves. Like, you can visualize all your territories and leads into a single map view. As you can see, there are like different territories and sub territories and with different colors. Also, you can see different leads with different shapes and different color coded. So it is and you can take strategic decisions by looking into the map if you want to enter into new market area, or if you see which territory is performing well or which is not doing well, and you can also set pricing as per that. Also, you can identify the which territory wants more workforce planning, if if a territory has a lot of leads, then you have to put more sales user there, right? And you can use this view as a forecasting tool as well to take decision on next area or year. Also, you can see you can see the other view where you can filter out the view for yourself on the maps. Like here, I want to see all the leads which are in prospect stage. And by filtering out that, I can see that on the map. Now we'll see how a sales user, so we have assigned one territory to a sales user. This is how it will look in the sales user's uh, mobile app. And sales users will be able, you can also restrict sales user doing any CRUD operations apart from this territory, apart from the geographical area that is assigned to him, and so that he can optimally work in his area itself. And for more information, please reach out to us on if you have any questions on this module, or you can also go through our product documentation. Yeah, Darshna.
Thank you, Nidhi. So, what happens when a sales user gets a call from a new lead that does not exist in their system yet? And if they want to record that call, should they add the lead on the web application, or can it be done directly from the mobile app?
Yeah, app can identify incoming call from a new lead and they can instantly add it in the lead list. So I'll show you how does it happen, how does it work from the LeadSquared app. Now, if you see, if an interested lead calls the sales rep from an unknown number, the mobile app shows a lead identification pop-up, which shows you an option to save the lead. Clicking on the add details, you can fill in the lead information here, and you can save that lead in just one click. Similarly, if you're receiving a call from an existing lead, let's say, the screen will pop up the name of the lead again, as you can see on the screen, and the lead stage itself. So now the sales user can update all the details, whatever conversation he has done with the customer, or he can update the other lead details if required. With that, you can also record your users' inbound, outbound calls for review and quality control. Recorded calls can also be accessed and saved for saved for future, so that you can leverage it in your upcoming conversations. For that, the LeadSquared cloud calling connector makes sure zero call dropping when there is no network as well. You can place the call through mobile or web both. You can also integrate our LeadSquared application with third-party providers such as Ozone Tull, Ring Central, and any other of your choice. So this way, businesses can improve remote sales team which are working from the mobile devices. I hope I answered your question, Darshna.
Yeah, you did. Thanks, Nidhi. So, sales users often visit remote areas where there's no internet connection. How can they use the mobile app in such situations?
So as we spoke, in the previous slide also, even when there is no network area or poor network, sales users can use LeadSquared application. As you can see here in the video, the sales user is trying to add a lead here, and he'll be able to add lead, update lead, view lead, or you can also add, update, view task activities. With that, you can also access smart views, and once your network is back, every data will be synced in the LeadSquared account. So yeah, we can access, that's how we avoid hampering the productivity of the sales user, and they can work in when there is no network also.
Okay, cool. So I just have a couple of security questions left. Can the mobile app read my messages, access my call logs, or view my files and photos?
So LeadSquared app requests permission to access your data only when it is required. So for example, it can only access your camera when it is launched, when you are launching your camera within the LeadSquared app. Once you have taken the photo and exited the application, we can no longer access your camera or mic. Uh, yeah, and also with that, Android, iOS also adopt strict policies to prevent such unauthorized access.
Okay, got it. Can a mobile app capture my location?
Yes, mobile app, monitors your location, but only within the checked-in durations, and that is also, optional and configurable by the customer's administrator.
Okay. Thanks, Neil. That's all the questions from my side.
So yeah, that's all from my side. Over to you, Kartika.
I see there are a lot of questions that have been answered already on the panel, but if there are anything more, I think Katika, we can take them right now.
Yeah, for sure. And before we actually go to the questions, I just have to publish one last poll. So I can see that we have a lot of attendees, but then a lot of you all have not submitted your answers for the polls as well. So please do that. We'd actually love to, know more about you and know where we are with you. So, okay, with that, let me just see if there are more questions. I see that I think Rajiv has answered most of them. I see that there is a question on the question tab from Yasa. So they ask, can we create a lead to our own? Create the lead to our own. I'm not quite sure about the question. Anwar, if you could just elaborate a little bit on the question, that would help us. Another question is from Nilesh. They ask, why do you ask for location to mark complete the each and every task? Okay.
I
Uh,
know I'll take that up. No,
sure.
that's an interesting question and it comes up quite often, right? So Nilesh, this is something that is completely configurable, right? That's the first point I want to state. And different organizations have different needs. So most of these are because somebody would like to have an activity done at a specific area. Nidhi spoke about geofencing, and that is where task completion becomes all the more important. Right? Now, there is an option to require the location capture. There is an option to skip it. How it is being handled purely depends upon the needs of your team, of your organization. I hope that answered the question.
I hope that answers the question, Nilesh. Okay, I see that Simran has asked if we can share the file. Simran, by the file, if you mean the deck, I'm not sure. Is the team okay with us sending the deck over to our attendees? Is that okay? Nidhi, Rajiv, if you'd like to comment on that.
Yeah, so this should be available on the help portal as well, including the entire session that is being recorded, and we'll link the deck separately. That helps.
Of course, wonderful. And the help portal link will also be emailed to everyone here. Actually, it will be emailed to every registrant who had registered. So don't worry about it. We will send it over to you. We have another question by Pradeep on the question tab. He asked Pradeep, "Hi, how do you take control on duplicate lead? However, the situation in same email ID, 3 to 4 different mobile numbers are generated." Okay, I'll put the question up on the screen.
Right. So there are different ways in which lead dedupe is handled, and for some organizations, you can configure it based on the email ID. For some, it is based on the mobile number. You can have a combination of these as well. Right? So dedupe, as I said, is optional to go ahead and configure. Most of the organizations they do go ahead and ensure that they don't have a lot of dupes over there. So it depends upon how you get that done for your specific tenant.
Okay. Thank you for that, Rajiv. I see another question by Swati. Yes, Swati, we will send the recording over to you over email. So the same email number where you registered from, the recording will reach you there. Another question is from Nilesh. If you refer any other CRMs like Salesforce, etc., they have a daily task section where I can fill data of my every hour task or every calm task in short without filling so much data. Can you add these features? Is that something that we look at in the future, or would you like to comment on that?
Sure, sure. No, so every single, see, the beauty of Lead Square today is every single field that you see with either within a form or within a task is there on the demands of somebody within the org. Right. Now, a task can have a single field which captures the disposition. It can be a simple yes or no, and it can be as detailed as 15 fields long. Right. So we give that flexibility, the power of configuration to business owners who, depending upon the information that they'd like to capture, configure it likewise. Right. So, in other words, I don't think we should be filling up task sheets, but every single task that we perform by itself acts like a task sheet, if we can correlate. Right? So, Nilesh, yes, we can do that, or we can, kind of compress it to a single comment section also. So it is quite possible.
All right, thank you so much, Rajiv. Another question is from Vicky. They've asked, can I update call record received from an alternative number of an existing lead?
Yeah, so as long as the number is saved within the mobile number fields or phone number fields of the lead wiki, you can tag it to the particular call. Oftentimes, it's not possible. A lead can have multiple numbers which may not be part of the platform, right? So it becomes difficult to link these to the actual record. That's one. Another concern would be how and where do you draw a line in terms of linking every unknown call to a particular lead, right? So for these purposes, it is required that we have this already mapped against the lead. But if it is already there, then yes.
All right, I hope that answers the question, Vicky. Another question is from Frida. I am working in a micro lender company as a loan consultant. Some of the clients don't have emails. If I want to loan the client leads, won't be able to save. Okay, if I want to load it, the client leads won't be able to save. Should I create emails for the client or not? Okay, very specific question. Uh, would you like to take that up, or is it better if Frida, asks us separately?
Yeah, Frida, so if I understand this right, you're saying there are some leads which will not necessarily have email addresses, but I'm guessing email is a mandatory field over here. Right? So you can do a couple of things. You can contact your admin to see if you can remove email as a mandatory field, right? That's something that you can do. An alternate would be to use the phone number as a primary instead. If none of these options work, you can always use a combination of the email address at domain.com if that suits your purpose, right? Any which ways, the emails wouldn't get delivered, but you'd have this on the record too. And you can update this, of course, later on when you have an email address.
All right, thank you, Rajiv. We have another question from Swati. They ask, will recording a call not be invading the privacy of the caller? So, what would you like to comment on that?
Right. No, very valid question. In fact, Google and Apple have taken stock of this, and in fact, as of Android 13, they do not let store apps record calls. Privacy is of great concern, and we even if we want to, we won't be able to. Right. For the existing versions, especially in Android, till about 9.2, we were able to record calls, but beyond that, it's been at least a couple of years. And we often get these requests for calls to be recorded, in which case we direct our customers to adopt a cloud telephony partner, which records these calls on the cloud. So there's no on-device cloud calling that's enabled or required, but then we are still, fulfilling all of the needs of auditing and quality assessment while sticking to privacy norms as well.
Thank you, Rajiv. Okay, I hope that answers the question, Swati. We have another question from Devinder. Sorry, I mispronounced your name. How if the lead is assigned to wrong sales executive? Is there any way to transfer the lead to different sales representative, maybe in other territories?
Right. So your sales manager as a role within Lead Squad has the authority to look at all of the leads. What they can do is, it's just a drop down. They can modify the sales owner or the lead owner from person A to person B. In fact, if you they don't have to do this one by one. You can select a bunch of leads and always do a bulk update as well. So it is possible for the sales manager to do this. Alternatively, your admin can also do this for you.
All right. Thank you so much, Rajiv. I see that Pooja has asked if we can share a contact number. Pooja, what I'd suggest is you can reply to the emails that you've been receiving from our end about this webinar, and we can redirect you to the right person within Lead Squared, and we can, touch base upon every question that you have, maybe. But on a public platform, I think sharing contact number would be a little difficult. But of course, you can always reach out to any of us over LinkedIn as well. So that is always a possibility. So feel free. We have another question from Vicky again. Uh, so I think it's like a follow up to the answer that you had given earlier, Rajiv. He asks, how easy will it be to use telephony over a mobile application? So ease of use, how much do you think it is?
I mean, Vicky, it's so seamless that you'd hardly realize the difference, right? The only difference would be instead of the call being made from your device, you get a call from a central number. It helps protect your identity as well. A lot of these food delivery apps and e-com apps use this on day-to-day basis, right? You cannot directly reach out to the delivery person, but then there is an intermediate in between. So it's as simple as that. You get a call back from a cloud telephony partner, and you're good to go.
Thank you, Rajiv. We have another question from Swati. Can Lead Squared help us to know help us to know about the nurture report? Like if the lead has entered in the system, how long is it taking to get converted? Like a month-wise comparison. Is that possible?
Sure. So we've got about 150 odd reports out of the box. One of them includes the lead funnel and the conversion aspects. So while that is available, you might have you might have other requirements from this as well, right? The comparison windows might be different. Some of the other nuances you might want to track, right? So you can a make use of the existing reports. B write into your admin to say this is the kind of report that you'd like to see, and we can configure it for you.
Thank you so much, Rajiv. Okay, I see another question from Samuel. He asks, can we assign any specific activities made by dead leads to make them reactivated? And how to get notified automatically rather than getting to them manually? Okay.
Right. So it depends upon the lead stage, right? So we should have a separate lead stage for invalid leads or leads who are not technically dead, right? But then they're grouped separately. Um, so you can have, and these leads still continue to exist in the system as long as it's within the data retention limits. Then you'll have these leads in the system. Every single activity that they post will trigger something called the lead score paradigm that we have in Lead Square. So based on this, you can also configure your lead stage to automatically change from one to the other, right? So if you have revived as a different category, then it can move from the dead category over to the revived category, right? And you can also set up automations, which in turn can generate these push notifications to the lead owner as well. So it is quite possible. And you can define, the lead score is completely customizable, right? So you can define what activities you want to trigger this lead stage on.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, I see another question from Sachin, but unfortunately, I am not able to understand what the question is. So, Sachin, if you could elaborate a little bit, maybe we could take the question up.
I
And
would guess, Kartika, this is with regards to their process internally.
okay, Okay.
A client might have multiple projects and they're not able to create the second project. Sachin, this would be something that your Spock can help you with. Let me know, after maybe the call is done, you can write to any of us, and then we'll be able to figure out an option, a way out over here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for that, Rajiv. Uh, okay, I think we have a few more questions coming in actually. We have another question from Mraganka. Uh, I have a question regarding custom report generation. Could this be possible through the mobile apps?
And so, any report would be available on the mobile app. It's just a question of it being responsive, being displayed within the frame. But yes, we already cater to a few requirements where there is an absolutely custom report, right? Some have a table, some have a graph in it. So you can render that or view that on the mobile app. Uh, with regards to how complex this report is going to be, or the resources it's going to consume on the mobile device, that's something that we can have a chat about. But yes, it is possible to have these reports rendered on the mobile.
All right, thank you so much. Again, one more thing to the audience. So, if you want us to contact you on priority, there is a poll that I had put up. That is the last poll. So, if you respond yes to it, then we'll also know that you are interested in our product, or we'll definitely prioritize those requests faster. So, if you want us to reach out to you, then please do respond to that poll. Then we'll also get an idea, and we won't miss out on anyone. That's the basic of it. Uh, Otherwise, I think we have covered most of the questions. Oh, I just got a really big question from Vamsi. Thank you, Vamsi, for the question. So Vamsi asks, I've recently encountered few leads where some of the attributes like phone number, email, project size, price, etc., have been entered incorrectly. For example, email entered in phone number field. Can we put a validation on these fields so that invalid entries can be eliminated? Is it
We
possible?
can, yeah, we can, Vamsi, and somebody should have, right? So that's the actual answer. Somebody should have put in those validations. But get in touch with us with your tenant ID, and we'll ensure that this is fixed, right? So we have exclusive phone number fields and exclusive email fields where validation is built in. In some scenarios, people would prefer using a custom field, which in this case, I'm guessing it's configured to be a text field, right? Which allows both numbers as well as email. But we can absolutely fix this, and it's something that can be fixed in about 10-15 minutes, right? So we'll sort this out.
All right, thank you so much, Rajiv. I hope that answers the question, Mamsi. Okay, we have another question from Vicky again, and I think, all right, I'll just take that up very quickly. Uh, Vicky asks, will this mobile app be able to check Do Not Disturb, or has it to be done on the dialer itself? How does the DND functionality be enabled on this mobile app when we choose to call upon a junk database? I'm sorry, I think I got it very mixed up. I'm just putting it on the screen one more time.
Sure. So DNDs and numbers which have been registered are over and beyond the app's purview, right? So it's purely between the dialer and the dialee, right? So if somebody requests for them to be contacted, they give an explicit consent to be contacted. That's what typically happens. So you have that as an option. Once again, this is beyond the scope of the app, right? It's something that the database would already have should have accounted for, and you can always, as I said, override these conditions. But once again, this is beyond the purview of the app.
Thank you for that, Rajiv. We have another question from Abhishek. They ask, can we send visit detail to the team member automatically?
Yeah, no, we can set up automations to do that, or custom notifications. It's also available via reports. So by team member, I'm assuming it's your team lead, right? So because the construct of a salesperson or an individual in a sales user role, details cannot typically be shared between both of them because it's your lead versus somebody else's lead. But the team manager always has access to all of this, and we've got something called as lead sharing, which can be enabled so that one person can see details of the other lead, which is owned by somebody else. So, yes and no, depending upon the complexities involved in this question.
Thank you so much, Rajiv. Uh, okay, I think we've covered most of the questions here. And I see that Nilesh has also said that he's got many questions, but he's saving it for some other time. Definitely, Nilesh, please do reach out to us. I'm sure our team can solve all the questions that you might have. And to the others also, the invite is, it is a forever open door. So if you have any questions or any suggestions for the product, please do reach out to us. I actually see that Frida has put up another question. Maybe that can be the last question that we take up for the hour. Is that okay? Can I go ahead with the
Sure.
question, Rajiv? Everyone? Okay. All right. Great. So Frida has asked, what if you come across a lead with the same mobile number as the lead you are trying to load on the lead squared, but the lead will not go through because the number was already used. So what do you do in this scenario?
So this is happening all the more commonly right now because of the mobile number portability that's there, right? So
Mm.
you can reach out to the admin and ask them to deactivate the previous one, or include this number as part of this will fail the dedupe check in which ways, right? So you can include this as an alternate number. This is one way to go about it, but the right way would be to deactivate or remove the remove the mapping from the previous lead.
All right. Thank you so much, Rajiv. I think we've covered all the questions by that. Okay, so I think we've come to the end of the session as well. It was truly wonderful and very knowledge packed. I got to learn a lot about the mobile app. And definitely to the whole team, thank you so much for coming up with this webinar and also the product. And yes, to the audience as well, like I mentioned before, if you have any questions, any suggestions, please do let us know. We're always just trying to make things better for you at Lead Squared. So please do reach out to us. And it was truly a wonderful session. Thank you, Rajiv, Nidhi, and Darshana for joining us today, and to the backend team at Lead Squared. So I think with that, we can conclude the session. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Thank you so much. See you at the next webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.